Hello all, today we are solving LeetCode problem number 3653 XOR after range multiplication queries. So here we are given an integer array which is called as nums and which is of length n, and a 2D integer array which is named as queries of size q, and we are given the structure of the query actually, so which has L of I and R of I, K of I and V of I. So which means we can consider this L of I as the left and R of I as the right and K and V. So we are asked to do an operation in the order. So we will have to set the index IDX which is equal to L of I, and we have to iterate it while index less than or equal to R of I. Then we have to update the nums in the index based on this particular operation, and then we have to increment the index with um, you know increment by K of I, and then we will get a processed nums or of the updated nums, and now we have to do XOR operation between all those values, and hence we will get the result actually. So here based on this actually a single query, this is the single query, so which contains this as the this all as the elements. So we will have L is equal to 0 and R is equal to 2 and K is equal to 1 and V is equal to yeah, I'm correct, yeah, V is equal to 4. So what happens here is we will have to do the changes in this array. So we will iterate till index is less than or equal to the R value which is 2, okay, and index will be initially 0, and what will happen is we have the nums as 1 1 and 1, right? So now based on this, the first value, the nums of 0 is equal to 1 because index is equal to 0 initially, so it is equal to 1. So what happens here is we have to replace with performing this particular operation. So what happens here is you will get the new nums of 0 which is equal to the value 1 multiplied with v which is 4. So you get 4, the updated value was 4, and index is incremented by k which is 1, so index, the updated index is 1. So this is end of first iteration. So what happens is you will have the new nums 4 1 1, and now you have the index which is 1, and you have to iterate till less than or equal to 2, right? So we can proceed further, and nums of 1 is again 1. So now you have to update, which means this will become 1 multiplied by 4 which is 4, and index becomes 2, so this becomes 4. So hence in the next iteration you get 4 4 and 1, and now the index is 2. So now you can clearly see that this 1 changes to 4 4 4, so we have to repeat the same operation, and eventually you get 4 4 and 4 as the output. So next what happens is now you have updated the nums based on the operation. So now you have to perform XOR operation, so 4 XOR 4 XOR 4, which implies 4. So the result equal to 4. So this is how we have to do this particular problem. So it is very straightforward. Do this operation that particular number of times and then do the XOR. So with this idea, let us go ahead and code this up. So first thing is we have to start with iterating the queries and fetching the values L, R, K and V. So for L, R, K and V in range, in queries, yes. So now we will have the new index index will be L. So, and now while the index L is the left value is less than or equal to R, we will update the nums value, right? So while index is less than or equal to R, right? And now updating, so nums of index will be equal to, now we have to perform the operation which is nums of the actual value which is multiplied with v and then modulo with the 10 power 9 plus 7. So we will have modulo defined, so mod is equal to 10 power 9 plus 7. So now here we will have this whole thing will be modulo with mod, and now nums of index which is multiplied with v. So now this part is done. Yep. And now we will update the index. The next index will be incremented by k. So k. So now this operation is done. So when it is done, we have the updated nums. So now we will do the XOR operation and then we will return, right? So we have result is equal to initialize as 0. So for value in nums, so now you have to perform XOR. So res is equal to XOR plus the XOR equal to val. So you will have the updated value in the result. So return result. So that is all about the code. Let us run it and submit it. Yep, there you go. Thank you.